Right, hi Thabiso. How are you, sir?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, sir?
Yeah, very well, thanks. I believe it's your birthday today, so congratulations. Thanks for
Yes,
doing the interview on such a special day. So, yeah, thanks.
thank you very much. It is my 26th birthday, by the way, and
26.
I hope I have a wonderful day.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. That's a great age. Um, Maybe you could introduce a bit about yourself. Tell us your name, where you're living, what do you do? Are you a part-time trader, full-time trader? Are you studying, etc.? Just to give us a bit of history about you.
So my name is Thabiso Cele. I'm based in South Africa, in Johannesburg, but originally I'm from KZN, but now I live in Johannesburg. So I am a full-time trader. I've been trading for the past 3 years since I started in 2020. And at the moment, I am not employed or am I studying. So neither. I'm fully focused on trading, and I've been trading for the past 3 years.
Okay, so full-time trader. Okay, cool. Happy about the rugby last night, I imagine.
Very happy, and I didn't actually watch the match, but when I woke up to the news, I was ecstatic.
Yeah, no, it was a good match. It was close, very close with France.
A tight one indeed.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so full-time trader. What do you trade exactly? You FX trader, indices trader?
Uh, I trade gold, so I'd say I'm a. Does that fall like under commodities? I think. So
Okay,
I'd
yeah,
say mostly gold, and then I trade US 30, which is an index. So I'm
yeah.
not really a forex trader, so
No,
I mainly
okay.
focus on those two.
Both those two, and I guess you choose those two because they're volatile and they move around quite easily.
Yes, I think with my trading style, I struggled with trading currencies because most currencies don't move as are not as volatile as like gold and
That's
US
right.
30.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yes.
sure. It's definitely at this moment in time, FX is very well, just a little slower than if comparison with US indices, especially the US 30 and gold. Yeah, they're the two very volatile products. So, okay, so are you a day trader or are you swing trading those products? How do you trade those?
I'm a day trader. My average hold time, I think, is about 3 to 4 hours.
Okay, yeah, so you open a trade sometime early in the session and then you'll close it by the end of the session. Okay,
Yes.
all right. So do you trade London, New York? Which is your preferred session?
My preferred session is London. I
Yeah.
mostly trade London. I don't really like New York because New York, especially when it opens, it just becomes too volatile for my liking. So
Yeah.
I trade London more, and I tend to stick to that.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, are you a particular? Do you have a particular strategy, or are you a smart money trader? Are you a supply and demand trader? What is your system for trading?
So basically, my system for trading is I'd say I'm a supply and demand trader because okay, my process to analyzing the markets is I go to like a weekly time frame, and then I mark out like key levels in the market, supply and demand zones. Then I go down to the smaller time frames to look at like the trend lines and to see if any trends have been broken and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I go on like the 15 minute where I look for chart patterns and yeah, basically chart patterns. I look for candlestick patterns also, and then I make my entries based on that. But I look for the overall direction of the market on the bigger time frames, and then I scale down to lower time frames.
Okay. All right. So, higher time frame analysis to get a general feel for sentiment, order flow, trend, and then you drop down to a lower time frame for execution, and then you always
Exactly.
trade in that higher time frame direction.
Sometimes you might find that, let's say, for instance, the market is selling on the higher time frame, but on that specific day, it's buying. So I go down to the smaller time frame. I might go against the overall trend if I see that on the smaller time frame, price still has to reach like a certain level before it follows the bigger direction. So I might just take that small trade, but I won't be risking as much as I would on a trade that's confirming direction, even on a bigger time frame.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Maybe you could share a screen, show us a previous trade that you took.
Okay, no problem. There you go. So so basically I'd go on the, like I said before, I'd go on the weekly time frame. This chart is already marked up, but I go on the weekly time frame, mark up the key levels in the market, and then go down to the daily time frame to see what has been happening for the past couple of days. And then once I see, like for instance, right now, I believe that the market has reversed and we're starting to look for buys. So what I'll do is go down to a smaller time frame to start looking for areas of support where I can potentially place trades. But before I do that, I look at how the market behaves around those areas. Do I get candlestick confirmations, or if it's showing me signs that it's still going down, then I'll just wait for break of structure and then take the trade in that direction. But here's an example of a trade I took, which I took a loss on this trade, but the analysis was good. The entry was just it took me out by a few pips.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, okay. So what's the confirmation there? Are you waiting for some kind of breakout from an existing range?
So, like for example, this trade is basically a continuation of the trend that we see.
Yeah.
So I waited for I was actually supposed to wait for price to come back to this area to look for buys, but I thought the market was just good because the momentum was kind of up at the moment. So I entered the trade prematurely and then it took me out. But usually at this point I'd look for candlestick patterns. Has it formed a support level, and do I get maybe, let's say, a bullish engulfing candlestick in this case? Then I'd enter the trade and then see how it goes.
Okay. So how do you identify a support level?
I'd say this is a better example. So where price is basically failing, like a low that price is failing to break. Let's say price comes to this, like, let me zoom in for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Like for instance here, like I was explaining, so when price started rejecting this area here, I saw that potentially we could be continuing with the trend, but unfortunately it took me out. But to confirm that this was indeed like a small support that was created, price eventually came back to that area and then bounced off that area and continued to the upside to even break the higher high.
Okay. So you were looking at the breakout from the existing range prior to that as well?
Yes.
Okay. So what would your entry model be there? You would just look to enter on retracement?
On the retracement, where it's rejecting and informing some sort of a support.
Okay, cool. All right. And you enter on the 1 hour, or are you using a lower time frame for entry?
I go down to the 15-minute time frame for my entries.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So, any other examples you could show us, maybe, just to give us an idea? The indicators that I see on the screen, are they something you draw yourself, or are they automated?
No, they're not automated. So this is my analysis. This includes trend lines, supports, resistance, and channels, and all of those things.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So all those rectangles are supply and demand zones. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think here's an example of a trade that actually did work out. I'll go back in time. So my strategy, I mainly focus on trading continuations and potential reversals in the market. So this example is an example of the market reversing. So the overall trend of the market was trending down, as you can see, like here the trend line was down.
Yeah.
So what I did then, I waited for price to create a lower low, and then for price to fail to break that lower low. So what I did here is, again, I went to the 15-minute time frame when I saw that price was failing to break the lower low, and then please hold on a second, just lost track of the trade. I'm really sorry for this. Let me quickly go back.
Take your time. Take your time. There we go. That's it there, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the trade. So when I realized that the market tried to push back down but failed to break this lower low, then I waited for price to show me some bullish sentiment, and then I bought, and then this actually was a 1:3 risk to reward ratio.
I see. Okay. So you wait for a low to be created, potentially some kind of stop hunt low. Wait for some kind of bullish momentum, maybe to take out the high of that last failure to push.
Yes.
And then you wait for a retracement on that, which then fails to take out the low. Okay, cool.
Exactly.
Well, you're looking for breakouts. And you're looking for a particular risk reward, or you're looking for a particular level? How do you target your TPs?
So my TPs are usually based on the previous high or the previous low, depending on what direction I'm taking. So in this case, it was the previous high.
Okay.
Because I knew that price was more likely to return to that level and then bounce off that level.
Okay. So the trades are based around price structure. Okay. And do you look for a particular risk reward? Is there a minimum?
I'd say my ideal risk to reward is like 1:3. But the actual statistics that I saw from my dashboard, my FundedNext dashboard, was that my average was about 1:1 point something, like 1:1.4. So what would happen is I'd close other trades at like break even, I'd close other trades halfway through, and then some trades would obviously reverse on me, which is something I've been struggling with, like psychologically, because when you're up, for example, like $500 on a trade, which is like 5% on a $10,000 account, and then your trade reverses on you or hits you, takes you out at break even, that does affect your psychology. And but I've had a couple of good trades where I got a 1:3, even 1:4 risk to reward ratio.
So what percentage of your account are you risking per trade?
Normally I risk 1% to 2%, but the last accounts I was up on the risk a little bit, which obviously didn't really work out so good for me. But I'll be readjusting my risk management strategy to risking 0.5% to 1%, and then if I'm in good profit, then I can start risking 2%.
I think initially when you're starting a funded account, it's best to keep the risk low initially, build up a buffer, so get the balance a little higher, push it away from the drawdown, and then of course FundedNext have balance-based drawdown, so once you've managed to push the balance away from that, it gives you a little bit of extra buffer. So then maybe then, if it's a good setup, potentially risk. But maybe 1% would be the limit for now. Depending on I don't know what your win rate is. Do you have any stats for this particular strategy?
When I back tested, it gave me, after 100 trades, it gave me a win rate of I'd say 57% win
Okay.
rate. But I really want to focus on my risk to reward, so that even if I'm at 50% win rate, I know that overall I'm profitable.
Well, exactly. If it's a 50-50 strategy, then as long as you're taking 3 to 1, then of course you make money. But okay, cool. All right. Well, thanks for showing us the setups. Are
It's a
you?
pleasure.
No. Thank you for doing that. Are you able to show us your FundedNext dashboard, or is it something that?
I think for now, because I really don't have like an account that's like, and I was checking the dashboard. I can't like check the metrics of the previous accounts I had. So for
Oh,
now,
okay.
I think
Sure. Okay.
yes.
Let's leave that then. So, are you happy with trading gold with FundedNext? Are you finding the spreads and the slippage good? Are you on MT4, MT5? What is your platform?
My platform is MT5, and I have to say I'm really impressed with the spreads and the slippage. I was with another prop firm, which I won't mention, but I found that the spreads went as small as the ones that you guys have, and like slippage was a big problem. So I haven't had any problems like that with FundedNext. I'm very, very happy about that.
Yeah, no, it's a good environment. The MT5 environment's great. The growth next, trading gold, trading the indices. Yes, the slippage, the spreads are excellent. Okay, cool. Any suggestions for FundedNext? How they could improve any of the account offerings?
Mm, Let me think about that one. So far, I'm happy with the offering, but like one thing I wish was different was maybe on the phase challenges. Maybe if there was like no minimum trading days, like the 5 minimum trading days that you have to trade before you go to the next phase. I think if that was made like a shorter or like eliminated, I think I'd be much more happier. But uh, as things are, I'm really, really happy.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay. Well, I think 5 days that's quite short in comparison to some. I think some offer maybe 10.
Yes.
So yeah, that's certainly worth mentioning. Okay, so just to wrap up, so you're a gold trader. You're looking for sort of supply demand zones, reversals, continuations. You're full time. Are you? What brought you into trading? What has kept you in this industry for that long? Are you find it interesting, or is this something that you similar
Um,
to work you did before?
no, so I actually have quite a like a bit of a background story to how I started trading. So I used to build websites for small businesses and individuals. So I was freelancing, and then I got a client that was it was a company that was teaching people how to trade, and
Oh
the
right,
people that
okay.
so the people behind the company were actually traders themselves. I worked with that client for like a year, and during that period, I wasn't really trading, but it got me like interested in seeing
Okay,
how
yeah.
people were able to make uh, considerable amounts of money in a short period of time, and also like the freedom that it allowed them to like to how their lives were structured. I think I was attracted to that, and I saw that trading could be
Yeah.
something that's viable for me to also try out and give it a go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it certainly offers a certain lifestyle. Good freedom, especially able to live wherever you like, etc.
Exactly.
Yeah. So okay. Any tips for struggling traders out there?
Okay, this is okay, I'd say this is also a message to myself. I'd say um traders need more patience and more discipline. I've realized that it's not really about the strategy that you're trading, but as long as you've mastered your own psychology and your own emotions, then you'll be much more successful in the trading space, because the markets just mirror who you are and how you behave under pressure. And trading is a very stressful like career. So I'm also like working on for example, like my daily routine to prep for my days and be psychologically at the right like to be in the right state of mind
Yeah.
before I start my trading days, and to apply a bit more patience to wait like for setups to really form before I take a trade.
Yeah. Yeah. No, good advice. Yeah, we should all be a little bit more patient than we are when it comes to trading. Okay. Okay, Thabiso. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I know it's your birthday. Go and enjoy the day. Thanks for your time, and I hopefully to speak to you again in the near
It's
term.
a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Okay, no worries. Speak to you again. Bye, Thabiso.
Bye.